We'll start with candidate Joy Banks. You'll have 90 seconds to respond to this question. What are your priorities for maintaining and improving transportation and infrastructure, and how will you secure funding for these projects?
Oh, I love transportation. And again, it is all about relationships. If ADOT, you need to treat ADOT nice if you want to get things done, and you need to be able to work with them. I know down there at the new port of entry, and I've talked to a lot of people about it simply because it is going to impact the county bigger than anything else that's going on. They have a very, very good working relationship. ADOT has a wonderful working relationship with Mexico, which I was so surprised at. But as our port of entry is developed, Mexico will probably, with their new administration, also develop their side. And this is honestly one of the most incredible things that's going to happen to Arizona, is this new port of entry. So there's already room for us as supervisors to be the public face of this new port and to welcome people into this country, to welcome the jobs that it's going to bring, to welcome the new economy that's going to be built. It's going to be new, you guys. I can't begin to tell you what I see and what I've heard. It's going to be incredible. Some aren't going to like it, but other people are going to see that this is the way forward. The ports in Mexico are being rebuilt. There's going to be all kinds of roads built to this new port of entry, and I am very excited. There's $1 billion scheduled to be dumped into Cochise County thanks to this new port of entry.
Jacob, you have 60 seconds to respond.
The priorities for infrastructure and transportation. We have aging infrastructure here in Cochise County. We have a courthouse that is getting to end of life. We have a jail that is obviously beyond end of life. So we need to identify those structures. We need to identify how best to replace those. We've got there's some issues with the jail tax right now, but the courts will settle that out. We are going to move forward with that once that's all cleared up. The transportation, as was mentioned earlier this evening, we have $10 million in HERF funds. We have over 1,400 miles of roads here in Cochise County that the county is responsible for. We can't be paving roads when we're spending money to go out and grade those roads at least once a month, if not, right now we have a lot of roads that have been moved into.
Frank, you have 60 seconds.
Yeah, like Jacob said, we got 1,400 miles of road. 1,680 of those are paved, and more than 70% of them are unmaintained to the adequacy that's required. We get actually about 13 million, 10 from HERF and another 3 from the vehicle license tax. And that is another penalty for having a low population, because those funds are distributed by the state by population. So the fewer number of people we have in the county, the lower the HERF revenue is that we get to go fix those roads. And that's your money. You paid that in gas tax to the federal government. Also, it didn't help that Pete Buttigieg stole $800 million from the state of Arizona to build electric charging stations for cars. And I think he built 9 of them for $800 million or some ridiculous amount. We need to optimize our HERF revenue. We need to, if necessary, find general fund to take the administrative side of those HERF revenues away so that all $13 million of that goes to asphalt and concrete. And we need to start paving our dirt roads so the maintenance requirement for them go down so that we have more time and effort to improve our paved roads.
Patsy, you have 60 seconds.
As county supervisor, I would prioritize the following improving on transportation and infrastructure. I'd ensure that regular maintenance of existing roads and prioritize upgrades to critical routes to enhance safety and efficiency. We do have a lot of dirt roads, especially around my house, and a lot of those roads do not have houses on them. So I would try to find updated records to eliminate if they're being graded for no darn reason. And I also believe that we should focus on the infrastructure that supports local businesses and attracts new investment, such as we should be prepared for emergencies and ensure that transportation infrastructure is resilient in the face of natural disasters, including maintaining access routes for emergency services. And I would engage with legislators and with state legislators to advocate for funding for these projects.
Okay, we are moving on to